Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Money Matters. And I hope you're enjoying this content on Candid Meena channel. And every day we'll try to bring you some sort of financial news which is important and which you will find it very useful in your daily lives. And today I have a very sort of exciting topic as to what we'll find out what exactly is Bitcoin. And we won't go very technical into what is Bitcoin as to how it works technically because we will explain it in such a way that even a layman understands today. So without further, sort of delay, let us start with the presentation. So, friends, as you see in this photo, this is the symbol of Bitcoin with a B. It's something like the US dollar. So we'll address all these questions as to what is Bitcoin in simple words, how does Bitcoin work, why is it popular, how many Bitcoins are there, or how many Bitcoins are there in total circulation, what is the historical price value of Bitcoin. So these are some of the questions I'll be answering. So what is Bitcoin in simple words? Now, when you send, suppose if you have a friend in the US, and if you want to send some money from India to your friend in US, so how will you do it? You want to send, say, for example, 1,000 rupees from India to your friend in US, uh, equivalent of 1,000 rupees. So it's like so it's around 13.4402 US dollars as of today's price, which is January 7, 2021. So you will have to go through a bank. So what is a bank? A bank is an intermediary. What is intermediary? A bank is a sort of a middle person between you and your friend. So you need a bank to um, you know execute this transaction, right? So this is called centralized sort of banking or centralized system where bank is the center and you do all the money transactions. But in Bitcoin, it is decentralized. That means there's no middleman, there's no bank. So you are like directly sending money to your friend without the intervention of a bank or the middleman. So with that in mind, I'll just explain as to what the term Bitcoin means. So Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency, which means that there's no middleman between you and your friend. That's why it's called decentralized. So that without a central bank or single administrator. So this is like that can be sent from user to user on peer-to-peer Bitcoin. So peer-to-peer means person to person. That means you and your friend. So no one knows who invented Bitcoin, or at least not conclusively. So a lot of controversy has been going on as to who found Bitcoin, and this name springs forth. His name is Satoshi Nakamoto. So Satoshi Nakamoto is the name associated with the person or group of people who released the original Bitcoin white paper in 2008. And he worked on the original Bitcoin software that was released in 2009. So we really don't know at this point of time as to whether this is his real name, where is he alive, dead, etc. Now, in the years since then, many individuals have either claimed to be or been rumored to be the real life people behind the pseudonym, which is Satoshi Nakamoto. But as of November 2021, the true identity of Satoshi Nakamoto remains obscured. So, as of now, it's still a mystery. Although it is tempting to believe the media spin that Satoshi Nakamoto is a solitary genius who created Bitcoin out of thin air, such innovations do not typically happen in a vacuum. So, I've been analyzing Bitcoin for many years, and like it's a digital currency. You cannot feel it like gold. or it doesn't have, you cannot feel anything, so you cannot feel it like diamond, you cannot feel it like gold. So how is it so valued? How is it so valued? So that's what always I used to wonder. So here's an interesting piece of cartoon which I found is that the person riding the Bitcoin, he is happily making a lot of money, and the person who is maybe investing in U.S. stock market, he's sort of struggling and stuff. So he, so but again, as you know that there's always a timing as to how to make money, whether it is stock market or cryptocurrency. So if a person had been, so we'll come to that later. Now we'll see how Bitcoin works. So Bitcoin is built on a distributed digital record called blockchain. As the name implies, blockchain is a linked body of data made up of units called blocks that contain information about each and every transaction, including date and time, total value, buyer and seller, and a unique identifying code for each exchange. Entries are strung together in a chronological order, creating a digital chain of blocks. Once a block of chain is added to the blockchain, it becomes accessible to anyone who wishes to view it, acting as a public ledger of cryptocurrency transactions. This is what Stacey Harris of Pelicoin remarked. Blockchain is decentralized, which means it is not controlled by any one organization, like a bank, for example. It is like a Google Doc that anyone can work on. This is the exact words, which Buchi Okoro, which is the CEO, who's the CEO of and co-founder of African cryptocurrency exchange Quidax, found. Nobody owns it, but anyone who has a link can contribute to it. And as different people update it, your copy also gets updated. So why do people invest in the stock market or mutual funds or ETFs or any other asset class? Because there's a level of transparency that you have a proper stock exchange like NSE and BSE in India, or you have, for example, in mutual funds, there is solid organizations, solid framework in place. So the level of trust is there, and that's why people invest in the stock market. But in case of Bitcoin, there's no transparency as to, this is my personal opinion, like that's why many people don't invest in Bitcoin as of now, and other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum. So this is what I was talking about. You have a centralized system and decentralized system. So centralized system is like you're sending money to your friend in the US, and so it is like you have to go through a bank, and the bank does it for you. They take a commission out of your transaction. But in decentralized system like cryptocurrency, there's no central bank as such, and that it is peer to peer, which means it is you are sending money directly from your account to your friend's account, and there's no middleman. So it is very fast. Now, friends, I will. You can see in the screen that in the year 25th December 2015, the value of one Bitcoin was 27,655.90 rupees. And as of 7 January 2022, the value of one Bitcoin is 31 lakh 16,473 rupees 26 paise. So you can imagine that any person who invested in Bitcoin in the year 2015 or even earlier, and if he's still holding that Bitcoin, how much money he must have made as of now. Now, coming to some key points in Bitcoin. How many Bitcoins are there? This is the question that everyone asks. The maximum number of Bitcoins that will ever be produced is 21 million Bitcoins. And the last Bitcoin will be mined at some point around the year 2140 year. Now, as of November 2021, more than 18.85, which is almost 90% of those Bitcoins have been mined already. Moreover, researchers estimate that up to 20% of those Bitcoins have been lost due to people forgetting their private key, dying without leaving any access instructions, or sending Bitcoins to unusable addresses. So, out of the 100% Bitcoins, 20% Bitcoins has already been lost because these people, they have forgotten their access, and they have, died. So there's a lot of unclaimed, money in the Bitcoin market. Now, what's the value of Bitcoin? The historic value of Bitcoin. So on July 17, year 2010, the price jumped to $0.09. Bitcoin's price rose again on 2011 from $1 to a peak of $29.6 by, and in the year 2021, June 7th, a gain of 2,960% within 3 months. Bitcoin took less than a month in 2021 to smash its 2020 price record, surpassing 40,000 US dollars by January 7, 2021. By mid April, Bitcoin prices reached a new all time high of over $60,000 as Coinbase, a cryptocurrency exchange, went public. Now, institutional interest further propelled its price upwards, and Bitcoin reached a peak of more than 63,000 US dollars on April 12th, 2021. So you can imagine that on July 17, 2010, the price of one Bitcoin was $0.09, and now it's like almost over 63,000 US dollars in price. So you can imagine the kind of jump in price value. So now, why is Bitcoin popular? So what makes Bitcoin popular? One is, of course, from an investing point of view, from an investor point of view, that if you had invested in Bitcoin at the right time, and if you held on to it, you might have made a lot of money, right? That is why it's popular, number one. But and why it is popular is it's used for a lot of transactions in nefarious activities, which is like in the dark web, like it's like for procuring drugs, or for a lot of nefarious activities, and that's why it's like it's not good for the system. So, which factors influence the current Bitcoin price? So, like other currencies, products, or services within a country or economy, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency prices depend on perceived value and supply and demand. If people believe that Bitcoin is worth a specific amount, they will pay it, especially if they think it will increase in value. By design, there'll be only 21 million Bitcoins created. The closer Bitcoin gets to its limit, the higher its price will be, as long as demand remains the same or increases. In half every 4 years, slowing down the number of coins created. So, as long as people believe, the closer the Bitcoin gets to its limit, the higher its price will be, as long as demand remains the same or increases. So, there's a big if, right? Now, coming to if a normal person can sort of invest in Bitcoin in India, for example, there are various crypto exchanges in India as seen in the picture. So you can create an account with any of these crypto exchanges like CoinDCX, WazirX, ZebPay, CoinSwitch, Kuber. So these are the various crypto exchanges in India, and you can open an account with them and sort of do your KYC and all those things, and you can. So now the question is, do I have to have 30 or 40 lakhs to minimum to invest in Bitcoin? The answer is no. You can invest as less as 100 Indian rupees, and you can buy a small portion of one Bitcoin, right? So you need not buy the entire Bitcoin as such. So the value of 100 rupees as of and how much it is worth in Bitcoin is like 100 rupees is 0.00033 Bitcoin as of Jan 7, 2021. Now, coming to the next point of discussion. Is Bitcoin legal in India as of Jan 7, 2021? Now, as earlier discussed, Bitcoin as a medium of payment has neither been authorized nor been regulated by any central authority in India. Further, no sets, regulations, or guidelines have been laid down for resolving disputes that could arise while dealing with Bitcoins. Hence, Bitcoin transactions come with their own set of risks. However, given this background, one cannot conclude that Bitcoins are illegal, as so far there has been no ban on Bitcoins in India. The Supreme Court of India has, in its ruling pronounced on 25th February 2019, required the government to come up with cryptocurrency regulation policies. The matter had been adjourned in the hearing on 29th March 2019 and has been rescheduled. So, how are Bitcoins taxed in India? The concept of Bitcoins being quite new to the Indian market, apparently the government has not yet brought the taxability of Bitcoins into the books. At the same time, the levy of tax on Bitcoins cannot be ruled out because the Indian income tax laws have always sought to tax income received irrespective of the form in which it is received. And also, one more important point is that Bitcoin is not a legal tender in India, which means that you cannot buy things in place of Indian rupees as of now. So we'll have to wait for the budget of 2022, which will be soon unveiled by Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman in just a couple of months. So these are some of the things of what is Bitcoin, and if you would like to know more detail about what exactly is the technicality of Bitcoin and what is a blockchain, we can do another session. And I hope you enjoyed this session and you got a brief idea as to what Bitcoin exactly is. Bitcoin is one such cryptocurrency coin, and there are so many other coins in the cryptocurrency exchange, like Ethereum and a lot of other coins, Doge. So a lot of other coins are also coming into existence, and the cryptocurrency market is sort of, it is. I would say it is. It might pick up in other countries, but this is how I see it. We'll have to wait and see. Uh, Friends, if you like this session, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and do drop your comments and feedback as to whether you found this session useful to you or not. Thank you, everyone.